Hey guys, this week we're going to tackle classification systems. So, first thing we're going to do is look at this closet. If I asked you to get a men's striped blue shirt out, would you be able to do that? Yes, and it wouldn't take you very long either because everything is organized. It's very orderly. Everything is grouped according to its physical characteristics. Also what it does. Like all the men's shirts together, all the ladies' shirts, all the shoes, and it's even broken farther down by color. Everything's grouped together by their colors. So this is important because it makes things easier to find. Well, and it's the same way in science. We're going to group living organisms because it's easier to find information out about them and talk about them. So classification is just when we group something together based on its similarities. Taxonomy is the branch of biology that deals with naming and grouping different organisms. And taxon is simply a group of organisms. That's a singular word. Taxa is plural, so taxa will be groups of organisms. Now, we got some really old dudes here that came up with some classifications systems way back when. So Aristotle came up with a system where he put everything into either a plant or an animal category. Carolus Linnaeus, he lived in the 1700s and he based his classification system on the physical characteristics of living things. And he actually invented the scientific name too, which we will talk about. Now, our modern classification system is based on several different criteria rather. So the first one is still going to be that physical appearance. So what characteristics the organism possesses when you look at it. We're also going to look at breeding behavior, where the organism lives. So that's its geographical distribution. The chromosomes, the number of chromosomes that the organism has, and also the appearance or what the chromosomes look like. And then finally, we're going to compare DNA. Because remember, we assume that organisms that share more DNA are more closely related. Now, this said, it's really important to remember that as we get new information, things can change. Classifications can change. Now, why do we actually need scientific names? Well, if you look at some names here for these organisms, while they're funny, and these are some of my favorite memes, if I was trying to talk to somebody across the world about a danger noodle, they probably wouldn't know what I was talking about. But we have a scientific name that gives us a common language so that we can know exactly what organism we're talking about. So let's take a look at a scientific name. So the scientific name is going to consist of two names. So we sometimes refer to it as binomial nomenclature because bi means two, nomial name, so two name nomenclature naming system. So a two name naming system. So let's look at the human scientific name. We have Homo sapiens. So Homo is going to refer to our genus, and that's going to be a group of similar species. Species are organisms that can mate and reproduce to make fertile offspring. Sapiens is going to be the second name, the species name or specific epithet. So that's going to be like a characteristic or something that it's descriptive of this organism. So, for example, sapiens means wise, and humans are considered to be very intelligent creatures. Now, these are the levels of classification that we currently have. The kingdom, that's the most general, which kind of makes sense when you think of the king's kingdom. There's a lot that goes into it. So kingdom has the most living things in it, like kingdom Animalia. That's all the animals. Versus the species, that's the most specific. So species would be Homo sapiens. Technically, actually, genus would be Homo. Genus is the Homo for the humans. I can't draw very well with this. And then our species name would be Sapiens. This is terrible. But I'm going to finish because I started it. Homo sapiens. There you go. So our genus is Homo, species Sapiens. So the species is the most specific. That just includes humans compared to all the different animals, all the other animals in the kingdom Animalia. So let's look at another example. Here, we're going to take a look at the grizzly bear, and all the way from the kingdom that it's in until its specific species. So kingdom is Animalia. That includes all of the animals, all of them. Phylum. So that's a category or a taxon that includes the organisms that'll have a backbone. So grizzly bear is in kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata because it has a backbone. Its class is Mammalia. So it's in the class with all of the other mammals. The order is Carnivora. So it's in an order with all of the other carnivores or meat eaters. Family, Ursidae, those would be bears. Genus Ursus, that's more specific bears. And then species, Ursus arctos. So remember, Ursus is going to be that genus name up here. And then arctos is the specific epithet. And arctos just means bear. So it's like bear is its name. Yeah, kind of basic, but he's not basic. He's pretty impressive dude. All right, so that's how our classification system works. Those are all the different levels. So I'm going to have a little practice Google form for you guys to practice some of the different namings and really trying to understand what a scientific name is and be able to use it and understand what it represents. All right, that's all for now. I will see you tomorrow. We'll talk about kingdoms.